The snail darter is a fish barely bigger than a paperclip that measures 2.1 to 3.3 inches at its adult age. It eats snails and other small insects such as caddisflies, midges, and black flies. The snail darter is eaten by bigger fish such as walleye, pike, and muskies. Its eyes are placed towards the top of its head and have 4 distinct dorsal saddles. It also has a blunt snout, short rounded pelvic fins, and 9 to 12 dark spots. It was discovered in the middle of constructing Tellico Dam by David Etnier on August 23, 1973. This tiny little fish stopped a massive construction project that was over 11,625 times bigger.
When the United States government found the snail darter, it should have taken the responsibility of protecting the rights of the tiny little fish.
The Tennessee Valley Authority, or TVA, is a federal corporation and the nation's largest public power company that was building the Tellico Dam. TVA was established by Congress in 1933 to address a wide range of environmental, economic, and technological issues, including the delivery of low-cost electricity and the management of natural resources. In 1936, they wanted to start planning Tellico Dam, but they had to put it on hold due to World War II, and reintroduced the planning in 1966, and began building in 1967. The TVA thought the dam would bring high economic value for the people of East Tennessee. They fantasized that by flooding some of the most fertile land in Tennessee and building the dam, they would be able to give 48,000 homes and 20,000 jobs to the people. TVA only provided jobs for the people of the current high unemployment rate.
However, the snail darter and the Endangered Species Act interrupted the construction of the dam. The Endangered Species Act, or the ESA, was approved December 28, 1973, after the Endangered Species Conservation Act of December 5, 1969 was repealed. President Richard Nixon signed the ESA. The ESA states that no federal agencies shall jeopardize the life of an endangered species or destroy or modify the habitat of the endangered or threatened species. There are 3 main points of the ESA: to protect the habitats of endangered and threatened species, to create a plan to protect these species and their habitat, and to uphold any conservation laws or treaties.
The dam was built for high economic value. It was thought to bring in and to make electricity. It was built on the Little Tennessee River because it was one of the only places that TVA hadn't dammed, so they felt it necessary to dam the Little T. They didn't build the dam upriver because there were no locations that were suitable for what they needed. Nearby residents wanted it because they saw the economic value of the dam. The supporters said that it met the economic needs and expectations by giving people jobs and homes. It is also linked to Fort Loudon Reservoir, and this helped with flood damage reduction, power production, and improved navigation. The canal also allows for barges to enter the Little Tennessee River without help from a mechanism known as a lock.
People were still against it, and a lot of those were environmentalists. Residents whose homes were going to be flooded and the Fort Loudon Association. Fort Loudon was one of the most vocal associations because of the nearby Fort Loudon landmark. They argued that when they finished the dam, that they would flood the Little T and therefore ruin the geographical landmark.
The dam does not meet the expectations they gave though. They said the dam would be able to give 48,000 homes and 20,000 jobs to the people and did not provide us with these unrealistic expectations by only providing about half the jobs and a quarter of the homes. It also didn't provide the electricity it was expected to. Hiram G. Hill and his law teacher, Zygmunt Plater, worked together in defending the ESA and the snail darter. They went into court in one of the largest lawsuits involving ESA, known as TVA versus Hill. In the lawsuit, Hill argued that Section 7 of the ESA requires that no action by a federal agency such as TVA cause any form of destruction to jeopardize any endangered or threatened species, and the Supreme Court ruled 6-3 in favor of the snail darters. It reached Congress, and TVA argued that they had already started the dam when the act was introduced, and it was already 95% paid for. On top of that, Congress had no intent on stopping the production of the dam, so they ruled in TVA's favor 48-44. Even though Hill did not succeed on his mission, the rights of the snail darter were not forgotten, and in the end, good things did come out of it. Congress made TVA send the snail darter to multiple rivers throughout the Tennessee, Kentucky, and some of Alabama. And then they were put into aerators into some of their dams to make it easier for the animals to be able to breathe better and to save their lives in the habitat. The ESA got some good out of it too. Led to balancing of the needs of the developers and the ESA, increased awareness of the ESA, and strengthened the ESA.
A group called the God Squad was put into place to protect any animals if something like this were to happen again. The God Squad was to compare the value of the project and see if it was better for the people to build or better for the well-being of an endangered species like the snail darter. Luckily, the snail darter now thrives in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Alabama. The ESA protected the rights of the snail darter and forced the government to take responsibility for the small fish.